Okay, so right now we're to the point where we're going to learn how to graph linear equations using the slope-intercept form. So graphing lines using this form is the easiest way to graph. So let's go through the steps on how this works. First, you write your equation in slope-intercept form. So if you find that you have a linear equation and it's not in slope-intercept form, solve for y, start with your skeleton, and make sure that you find the exact slope and the exact y-intercept. And once you have that, you're going to be able to graph your equation. So once you have slope-intercept form, you take the y-intercept first. That y-intercept is going to fall on the y-axis. So your 0 coordinate is your x-coordinate, and then you either go up or down along the y-axis to whatever your y-intercept is. I'm going to show this to you in a moment. Then you're going to use your slope. You're going to use this idea of rise over run. If you have a whole number, for instance, like a number 2 here, this is a whole number, we can make it rise over run by putting it over 1. All right, so we're just going to put 3 over 1, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Even over here, we can dress it with a naked 1 and then put it over 1. So I'm going to show that to you in just a moment. Then you're going to use a ruler to draw a line that extends through the points, and you're going to place an arrow at each end. So let's do this. So all 3 of these equations are in slope-intercept form, okay? So you start with your y-intercept. So your y-intercept is going to be along the y-axis, but at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I've made this into rise over run by putting this naked x. I put a coefficient of 1, but it happens to be a negative 1 because it was a negative x. I put it over 1 because negative 1 divided by 1 is negative 1. So now I have my rise over run. So it's going to be a negative slope. So I'm going to go down 1. That's what negative 1 means. I go down 1 and right 1. This is a negative slope. All right. I like to do this a few times so it ensures that I'm going to get a pretty straight line. Okay. And then you make your line and you put your arrows at the end because it's going to go in both directions till infinity. So remember, this y-intercept is a negative 1. Subtraction stinks here. So this is a negative 1 y-intercept. So I'm going to go down to negative 1. This rise is negative 3, so you go down 3 and then run 1. It's a negative slope, so the guy has to be going down. Now in the other direction, I'm going to go up 3 and left 1. You just stick with the pattern. And then you connect your points. And you want to get it as straight as possible. I'm not using a ruler, so here we go. Now, what happens if your slope is a fraction? Well, it makes life a lot easier. Your rise is 2, your run is 5. So you start with the y-intercept, which is 2. Our rise is 2, our run is 5. I can go in the other direction by going down 2, left 5. And then it's easier for me to draw my line. Okay? Okay, so for 4, 5, and 6, you guys are going to just pick the correct graph. It's multiple choice. So if you guys could please do that for me, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, 4, y-intercept is positive 3. Slope is down 1, right 4. 2 points make a line, but I need to get as straight a line as possible. So there we go. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can't go up 2, right 1. So how about I go down 2, left 1? It's still a positive slope. The guy is walking up the hill. And I don't need to do all this. 2 points make a line, but you know me, I like to get straight a line as possible. It's hard to eyeball this. There you go. Negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to go down 3 over 2, but that's really hard to do. I know I need my line to go in this direction because it's negative. So I'm going to go up 3 and then left 2. So I still get this negative line here. Oh, I didn't make it through that point. Okay. Okay, so what do you do when it is all mixed around here? Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do 7 and 9, and then we'll move on to the next page. So 7. There's no y-intercept here, but I know I can make a y-intercept by just doing that. So that means it's going to be going through the origin. And then down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. So this is what happens when you don't have a y-intercept. What do you do when it's not in mx plus b form? Well, this is a beautiful thing about subtraction stinks because you can just flip around. Once you get addition here, addition is commutative, so you can just flip around the two terms. So y equals negative 6/5 x plus 1. So now it's in y-intercept form in mx plus b, and we go down 6 and then over 5. There we go. Up 6. Oh, it won't fit. So I'll try and make this as straight as possible. Okay, I tried. Okay, so now we're going to try a few that come in standard form. So the reason why I taught you how to solve for y and put it in slope-intercept form is so that you guys could graph. So remember there is a naked 1 here. So I would subtract the x term, divide by the coefficient of y. So now let me get my skeleton. So my slope is negative 1/3. And my y-intercept is negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 1. So now that I have this, negative slope means that I need to go down and right. Now that I have up and left, I could do that. All right. So there we go. I'll do another one and then have you guys try a couple. So remember, I can dress these naked x's and y's with 1s. So subtract the x term, it's a positive x, so I want to subtract x from both sides. Divide by the coefficient of y. And let me get my skeleton. Okay, my slope is a negative divided by a negative, which is a positive 1. So rise 1, run 1. And then negative 5 divided by negative 1 is a positive 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then up 1, right 1. So it's a positive slope. The guy's walking up. 2 points make a line, but I need to make it, can't eyeball it. There we go. Okay. So you guys try 12 and 13. Pick the correct one. And then tomorrow, I'm really going to pay attention to you guys drawing your graphs. This is just multiple choice. It gives me an idea of whether or not you know how to do this. But tomorrow, I'm going to really watch you do your graphs, and it will help me assess your level of understanding. So 12 and 13, we'll go over the answers, and then see you tomorrow. All right, subtract the x term, divide by the coefficient of y. So slope is negative divided by a negative, so 5x. Y-intercept is negative divided by a negative, so 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. 3, 4, 5 over 1. 2 points make a line, but this helps me get it straighter. Subtract the x term. Divide by the coefficient of y. All right, slope is negative 4/3. Y-intercept is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you guys chose the correct equations or graphs. Okay, see you tomorrow.